Yes, sir. We're officially back at it. This is Boog Nice coming at you with the Marvel Legends Infinite Series Avengers 3-pack review. Let's do it.
Man, I used to play the trap spot, propped on the block like I was part of the backdrop. Now it's scale, props, effects, and backdrops. The right lighting, you never catch me biting. Say you make it look so real when you pose the figures fighting. I caught lightning, stuck it in the detour. Replicate epic scenes from the Kree War. Compose pieces with artists that span the globe. Fearsome foes, Spidey in the picture perfect pose. Insert the comic book cutout to shoot a show. Oh, you ain't know? Yo, everybody know me. I made nerds cool nerd like my man Zoe. Took the everyday display, gave it a spark. Welcome to articulated comic book art.
That's crispy.
Quick look at the back of the box. You can see each character here. They have Agent Coulson. It says no fancy tricks, no superpowers. Agent Coulson just gets the job done. And then I guess it's that same message in 3 different languages there. And for Nick Fury, it says the master tactician who formed the Avengers. Nick Fury hunts evil relentlessly. Maria Hill, an elite espionage agent. Maria Hill is always there when it counts. And again, just the different languages of that same message. And let's crack this baby open and see what's going on. And there's a quick look of them in the clamshell. I took them out of the outer box so it wouldn't be too much glare. But you can see Coulson and his extra head and that weapon that he used in the Avengers movie. And Nick Fury and Maria Hill has 2 pistols, or maybe those pistols are for Nick. I don't even know. We'll see shortly. I guess we'll go in order from least desirable to most. So we'll knock Fury out first. See what's up with him. Little minor things that they did differently from the previous Nick Fury figure that we got. But the articulation is still the same. It's still this body mold that we are sick and tired of seeing. It's still the same body mold where you can only have him in this pose with his hands on the collar or behind his back where it doesn't look awkward, or maybe with a gun up in the air. And those 2 guns that came in the package do seem like they are for Fury. And I'm seeing this little trend here. We saw in the trailer Black Widow with those sort of like blue glowing orb things, and then some like blue kind of glow on her knees, and it looks like these guns have some type of blue glow on them as well. I'll show them a little closely in a moment. So maybe something's happening in the movie with that, where they harness some type of energy or something to fight Ultron. Maybe I'm reaching, but so there's a look at the guns. Not really highly detailed or anything like that. There's really no paint shading or detailing to decipher any parts of the gun, but again, you can see that blue little strip running through both of them on both sides. So again, I think that probably has some significance with the movie. On the right, we looking at the previous Nick Fury that we got, and on the left we looking at this one here. You can see the sweaters are different. Pretty much the newer Fury has on all black. You can see the goatee is a little different, whereas the goatee is a little thinner on the original version, and on this newer one it's a little thicker. And you can also see that the skin tone is a little different. He's a little lighter on the newer version. I don't know what's up with that. I don't know if they want to try to make Fury light skin now. You know how Hollywood likes to do that. But he's a little lighter on this newer version for whatever reason, but mostly all black. You can see the pants on the older version is sort of like a grayish color, and this is sort of like a dark blue, blackish, whereas he has on all black in the newer version. The other difference is that on the older version he has the fingerless gloves, and on this one it's just the all black glove. Looks like the eye patch is a little bigger on the newer version too. So just some minor differences as far as paint, but the aesthetics of the figure and everything pretty much still works exactly the same. It still leaves some a bit to be desired as far as range of motion and him looking natural in a vanilla stance. We got Maria Hill, and I'm actually like the way this figure came out. It's not that bad. And some promo pictures, the head was looking kind of crazy. Still looks kind of crazy, but for the most part, the mold, the shape of the body looks pretty good. It looks like it's the same body mold as Black Widow right here. It looks like a few little minor differences. I guess I'll go over it when I get them close together, but it looks like the breasts on Black Widow are a little better, a little bigger, excuse me, a little bigger, and they sit a little higher than on Maria Hill. That's one difference that I can see. They still both have those useless guns in the holster that don't come out of the holster, which is disappointing. But I think Maria Hill looks pretty good. Let's get a close look at her and see what other differences there might be. So look at the face, and the face looks pretty good. The eyes on this version are pretty good. The lips look good. It's just the contour of her head is just kind of crazy. It just looks kind of slender and elongated. I don't know. Maybe that's really how her head is shaped in real life. The actress, I forget her name. Let me know in the comments. But it just looks a little awkward, and just looks a little elongated. But for the most part, it looks good. There's really no paint blotches or imperfections or anything on the face. It looks good. You see the little earpiece on that side, and the hair looks pretty good. Not really any detail or shading or anything. I like that they put the little bun on there. That looks cool. So the head sculpt is pretty good, and it does pop off. I'm sure you're wondering about that, but yeah, it pops off with no problem. I guess I'll try some other heads in a second. The articulation is pretty much the same as Black Widow. You get the ball joint here, so it can rotate all the way around. You get a single jointed elbow that actually rotates as well. You get a wrist swivel. You get a hinge. She's got the fist on this side and a semi-open hand on the other side. You get a little bit of upper chest rotation, but that's pretty much it. No articulation at the waist. Looks like her holsters might be just a little bit different than Black Widow's, though. Get a good look at the butt. Not really the greatest shape there, but you can see this part of the costume. This flap comes down over the butt, and a good look at the boots, and you get double jointed knees. No rotation at the shin, but you do get an ankle pivot on these sort of like platform boots right here. And here she is with the newest Captain Marvel head, and that looks pretty good. The proportions look pretty well. It fits on there with no problem. Same size peg. Here she is with the Black Widow head, so if you wanted to have Black Widow and her shield uniform, that works. This one looks maybe just a little big. Jubilee doesn't fit. You would have to Dremel this head if you wanted it on there for whatever reason. But it looks like if you did Dremel it and get it on there, it would look decent. Look at the two ladies side by side. I've noticed that the upper chest articulation has a little more give on Maria Hill than it does on Black Widow. So that's different. And the holsters are a little bit different. And so are the guns. You have the kind of silver tipped or silver handled pistol for Maria Hill, whereas Black Widow's is all black. It's not really silver, but it's a little lighter shade of black or gray or what have you. And it looks like Maria Hill's belt or harness here is different. Black Widow's is smaller and it's molded closer to her abdomen, whereas this one protrudes just a little bit, and it's shaped different in the back. I think I like Maria Hill's a little bit better, and you still got the double straps on both thighs for both of them, and for the most part the boots look the same. They work pretty much the same, but you do have a zipper here on Maria Hill's, and I do think that the molds are pretty much the same, just some minor differences. Both got the shield emblem on both sides, and they look good together. So last but certainly not least is Agent Coulson, who is absolutely the star of this box set. My initial reaction to him is that this is a great figure. This body mold is great. You guys are gonna love this body mold. Everything that I'm doing right now, this is my first time messing with any of these figures. I took them straight out of the package and started reviewing them, and this is a great body mold, and I can see them getting a lot of use out of this body mold. Not 100% sure if this is the same body that they're going to be using for Banner. I doubt it. I would assume that he would be a little bulkier. I don't know if it's going to be this same body that they use for the upcoming chameleon or what, but whatever they decide to do with this body, it's going to be good money, no question about it. So let's take a closer look at the body mold. Look at the gun first. He does hold the gun really well. There's no problem. It's not going to fall out of his hand. His finger does go into the trigger slot with no problem. You can see where sort of the energy emits from the gun there in the front and on the side. And not too much detail on the gun, but it's not the worst that I've seen from Hasbro. It's got the handle here and then another part here where he can hold it with both hands like you saw a moment ago. So it does look, it's not the best, but it's not that bad. I think it looks pretty good. I think this version has a decent paint scheme. Pretty much all of the sets that I picked up, the paint was pretty decent. These eyes look pretty good. Not too many blemishes or anything on it, not really any at all. The head gets a nice range of motion, looks down pretty far, looks up really far. It does have like a bit of a pivot in it too, so it could do a full 360 turn all the way around. You get a very nice range of motion on the head. The shoulder, this one seems to not be going out as far. This one's going out a little farther. May have to heat that up a little bit, but that's pretty much about as far as you're going to get. But it can do a full 360 and turn all the way around. You get a double jointed elbow. You do get rotation at the upper bicep. You get a wrist hinge and a swivel. You get a very nice deep ab crunch under the suit here, which is very nice, and it could go back really far as well. And you also get waist rotation. You get the T-joint at the pelvis, upper thigh rotation, double jointed knees. You get ankle articulation, and you get a nice little pivot. So this is a very nice range of motion on this figure. The tie here is a separate piece. You could probably actually pull this off if you wanted to, I guess, or paint it or do whatever you wanted with it. But this is a great body mold right here. They did an excellent job on this suited body. Like I said, I see them using this a lot. So let's try some different heads. I know that's what you want to see what looks good on the body. So let's do that. This is the additional head that comes with him, and this is the one with the shades, and that looks really good. They went ahead and put the armor, the shades all the way around the ear, so that's good. And just real quick, nice little details on the belt. You can see the buckle and the loops to the belt, and there's some nice details on the shoes as well. You can see the strings, and you can see some the design of the shoe right there, which looks pretty good. They did a decent job on this guy, man. More than decent. I'm more than pleased with the way this came out. Docking, not the same size peg. The peg hole here is bigger, so it doesn't really fit on there snug, but that does look pretty decent. Nick Fury, that looks pretty good. Skin tone is not the same on the face and on the hands, but as far as the proportion of the head goes, if you wanted Nick Fury in a suited body, you could work it out. Again, the peg hole is large, so it's not really fitting on there snug, but I actually rather it be a little larger than too small, and you have to know what this is about. Everybody wants these bodies so they can make goons and do other things. So you want to see what fits and what works, and for the most part, you're going to be able to get just about any head on there. Again, you might have to put some epoxy or something in there for some of the larger peg holes, but for the most part, the proportions are looking right. Most common things that we're going to see. Stark, this one fits a little more snug. You can hear it popping on there. Still not the best, but it'll still work, and the actual articulation on the neck will actually work a bit too. So give you a side view real quick. We definitely need an updated Tony Stark head with the goatee. White Jesus, this was a this was a custom head that I had got from my man N.M. Reg a long time ago. That looks okay. I'm gonna work this out. This is the head for Mandarin from the 2-pack. Where he had the red and came with the Iron Man, and I'm going to definitely have to Dremel this in order for it to fit here, but I definitely want to try to get a suited Mandarin. Fortunately, it's going to be this open mouth the whole time, but it is what it is. I had took the hands off of that figure too. That's not going to really work though, because the hands are come off above the wrist almost towards the bend of the elbow. So I don't know how I'm gonna work that out, but you saw this here first. I'm definitely gonna make a Mandarin. This is how he stacks up against other suited bodies. In the front left, that is the Harvey Dent body mold, which a lot of people were using. That was like the same mold as the Joker thugs or what have you, and that body was very small. You can see it's a little taller than that. It's like the average build of an average man, so it's great. And behind him on the left, you have the Jim Ross Build-A-Figure from the WWE, and on the back right, you have the Triple H figure from WWE as well, which is a little bigger. And in the front right, you have the DC Classics Clark Kent body mold. So again, it is a nice average build for a man on this Coulson body. Very happy with this. Alright, I got to get out of here. I would definitely recommend this pack. It's not out just yet. Should be coming out soon. It's going to be $50 at retail. So if you're thinking about army building this body off of this box set, probably not the smartest move. Like I said, I highly anticipate them to use this body a lot. So you'll get another opportunity to army build. I wouldn't try to do it off of this 3-pack. But I do definitely recommend this 3-pack. Overall, it is great for whatever you want to do, kit bashing, whatever, and you definitely need this in your collection. All right, y'all, till next time. Peace.
That's crispy.